I just want to bring in Republican Byron Donalds out of Florida. And, sir, welcome to our program, and good morning to you on this, the day after. Watched an interview you did late last night. I'm going to get to that in a moment. But careful what you wish for. Did Speaker McCarthy, the former speaker, deserve this?
Yeah, I guess he is.
Look, there were a lot of things that didn't happen well under Kevin McCarthy, but there's a reason I voted no on the motion to vacate, is because we were going through the appropriations process. It was late. It was not perfect. We were trying to be conservative in our spending bills. I wanted to cut a lot more, but at the end of the day, we should have finished our work. And right now, there's no ability to do anything on the House floor. We set out a schedule to get all of our work done by the end of October. That schedule is now going to get tossed out of the window. So what happened with Kevin is something I did not want to see happen. But our job right now as a Republican Party in the House is to come together, figure out who the next leader is going to be, and then we got to get back to work.
Okay, so some of the criticism is that you took 6 weeks off and went on August break. But who's to say if you stayed in Washington that you would have made progress given the rub that we've watched over the last 2 days?
Well, look, the criticism is fair. There were many members like myself who said we need to stay here and figure out this stuff with our appropriation bills before anybody goes anywhere. At a minimum, we have to make sure we have a steady working schedule through the August recess. That did not occur. One of the things that was happening even before the August recess is that there was an impasse on how much we wanted to spend. Members were communicating that to the leadership team, and it really just didn't get anywhere fast. So it's frankly a failure on all sides at this point in time. But Kevin McCarthy, he was the leader of the House, and there were enough members to say, you know what, we want to see a change, and that's where we are right now.
Okay, a couple of things here that maybe the audience doesn't recall. But you said last night, you said every member has a voice, which is a great thing to say, sir. But when you've got a 4-vote majority, I mean, easier said than done, right? I mean, it's a very different way to run the House. What Speaker Pelosi did in 2019 is she changed that rule. She said you have to have a majority of the caucus to vacate the chair, to have a vote to remove the speaker. And Speaker McCarthy negotiated in good faith with people like Matt Gaetz to change that back to one member of the caucus. But when you're facing a 4-vote majority, you're always on tender hooks, are you not?
You are, but we got to understand something. Every member of Congress is sent here by the people that elected them. They're not sent here by a leadership team or by a group somewhere on Capitol Hill. People back home send them. I didn't want to see this. I didn't want to see us basically be gridlocked and deadlocked until we could find a new leader. But I do believe that every member of Congress should have the ability to represent the interests of their districts. And the 1-vote motion to vacate is a part of that. As distasteful as this may look, as much as people don't want to see this current situation, that provision in House rules has been there for a very long time. And just because Nancy Pelosi changed it doesn't make it right.
Okay, so you respect what Matt Gaetz did then. Is that right?
No, I don't. I actually disagreed with it. And I told Matt that I don't agree with this. We should not be doing this. We should be focused on funding the government, working through our appropriation bills, and securing the nation's border. That's what we should be focused on. And I think for all of my Republican colleagues trying to figure out where we go next, security of our southern border is of utmost paramount, and we got to get back to work as quickly as we can to figure out how to fund this government.
But you said every member has a voice, and that's important. And then you said you don't respect what Gaetz did. I don't know.
Well, I don't have to agree with a member. Bill, I don't have to agree with a member, even though I do respect every member's voice, because they represent people in their district just like I represent people in mine. And I think one thing that's come out of this, the days of just top-down leadership in Washington, I believe those days are over. But this is not going to be the prettiest picture for everybody to see, but democracy, the republic as it stands, is what's going to flourish going forward. I may not agree with the tactical decision, but I respect every member's ability to do it.
Yeah, I went back and looked at all the districts who voted to remove him. A lot of these, not all of them, but a lot of them are ruby red. And they don't stand a chance of losing their seat. And Gaetz is one of them in the panhandle of Florida. Is your caucus ready to anoint the next speaker? Because if you are and you get this done in the next 10 days, a lot of this is forgotten. Where is that now?
Look, I think members are going to get there pretty fast. There were a lot of conversations last night, everybody trying to figure out what to do next. This morning, we're going to have more conversations, different parts of the Republican conference. I think we're going to be able to come together pretty quickly, have a new leader, and then go ahead and anoint a new speaker, and then go and do our business. And I think all of that can occur. Look, this is something I didn't want to see, but we are where we are. Now is the time to be focused on the path forward. And that's what I'm committed to doing.
Among those conversations last night, who was the leading candidate?
Look, I'm not going to give you that one, Bill. Sorry. Members are having those discussions. And I think it's to respect all of my colleagues. Those need to be internal right now. We don't want to just be floating names just for news clips. We want to make sure we have the best leader to lead the Republican conference going forward.
Got it. I wasn't looking to float names. I just wanted to know what the credibility was behind the name, and maybe there's someone who leads the pack. That's where that question comes from. Last comment.
That's fair. That's fair. I understand that.
Okay. Sir, thank you for your time.